Chair, the Russian Federation states again that it supports the sovereignty of the states. And as we have seen in other conflicts, a military intervention, which this could lead to, can cause regime change. Extremists can get the power in a country. And this is a risk that the international community should not be willing to take. Thank you. Spasiba.
Thank you, Delegate of the Russian Federation. We will now vote on this amendment. All of those delegates in favor, please raise your placard. All those against? With 12 votes in favor and 3 against, this amendment passes. We haven't approved any other amendments, so we will now continue with the moderated caucus. All of those delegations wishing to speak, please raise your placards. You can now discuss any topic that you, as a country, would like to see in a resolution. So now the topic is open. If you wish to speak for 45 seconds, you can raise your placard. So all of those delegations wishing to speak, please raise your placards. Republic of Korea.
Thank you, Chair. Motion to introduce moderated caucus.
That is not in order. Because we have such a short time, we already have a structure. So we will have to discuss other 3.5 minutes before you have an unmoderated caucus again. So you will have to speak to the whole council, and then after the 3.5 minutes, you can go into an unmoderated caucus. So that is not in order.
The Republic of Korea would like to express that even though Syria is not a party of the Rome Statute, they do have a liability because they did sign the war signatories in the year 2000. And the Rome Statute states that the usage of chemical weapons is completely against any kind of international law, not only because of the Rome Statute, but also because of the Geneva Treaty from the 20th century. As such, the Republic of Korea thinks that the Syrian government should be held accountable for the crimes against humanity it has committed by using chemical weapons against its own people. Thank you.
Thank you, Republic of Korea. Argentina, you have the floor.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. I'd like to express I'm happy that we have a majority to invoke the responsibility to protect. However, I'd like to urge that we have the responsibility to protect is not created to foresee use military action. We should be aware what the results of military action can be, and that there's other means we can use as a weapon embargo, or, for example, no flight zones. We have not yet tried these means, and I think it's important not to risk the stability in the region. Thank you.
Thank you, Argentina. All of those delegates wishing to speak, please raise your placards. Luxembourg, you have been recognized.
Honorable Chair, I have Luxembourg has a question. As I understood before, is that the Russian Confederation doesn't want to discuss this resolution in this council. But how can we not discuss this resolution in this council? That's it.
Thank you, Luxembourg. All those delegates wishing to speak, please raise your placards. France, you have been recognized.
France would like to highlight to the Assembly that sovereignty entails a responsibility to your people. When a country can no longer fulfill this responsibility, it is then the responsibility of the international community to intervene. Although it has been mentioned that Article 42 in intervention is a last resort, I would like to point out the question to my fellow delegates: when would this last result be justified? When another 200,000 deaths have occurred? More? Do we need another Rwanda before we are capable of intervening in a situation this serious? Thank you.
Thank you, Delegate of France. All of the delegates wishing to speak, please raise your placard. Azerbaijan, you have been recognized.
know, we need to send a strong signal to Mr. Assad. We believe that this should come both in the form of economic sanctions, and that at the same time we should be invited to a negotiation process under the guidance of the United Nations system. And it is, we believe that the military intervention, aside from causing great harm and instability to the region, would also make any negotiation process impossible. Thank you.
Thank you, Delegate. With this last statement, this moderating caucus has elapsed. You will now enter in a moderating caucus, and this is your last chance to write amendments and submit them to the chair. So you will now have 15 minutes of the moderating caucus.